Now at 5:30, Derek Chauvin's trial moves into a new phase. Attorneys spent all day presenting closing arguments in a Minneapolis courtroom, trying to sway the jury as they consider Chauvin's fate for the death of George Floyd. The eyes of the nation are on that courtroom.
So what exactly is the jury considering, and what will they be focusing on now? Attorney David Weinstein of the Hinshaw and Culbertson firm joins us now. And David, what's at the heart of what the jury is considering?
Well, what's at the heart of what they're considering for all three of the charges is going to be the amount of force that Derek Chauvin used. Was it reasonable, and would a reasonable police officer in the same situation have used that amount of force? And if the jury's answer to that question is no, then they are going to use that to find him guilty of all three of these charges.
David, thanks so much for being with us. Now, the defense closing arguments lasted a lot longer than people may have suspected. They were thinking an hour and a half, but it went well beyond that. Why do you think they took so much time, and do you think that helps the defense's case?
Well, the defense had a lot to say, Lauren, and they get sandwiched in the middle of the prosecution because the prosecution has the burden of proof. And they had a lot of doubt that they wanted to interject in these jurors' minds, and not in just one area. They wanted to interject doubt as to whether or not what Derek Chauvin was doing was reasonable, given everything that the experts had testified to on the prosecution side. They wanted the jurors to question whether or not it was what Derek Chauvin did that caused George Floyd's death, whether or not George Floyd contributed to that. And they wanted the jurors to look at both of those facts together and to analyze it separately from each other, as well as to look at what happened before the 9 minutes and 29 seconds on the videotape. So they had a lot to say, not that the prosecution didn't, but the prosecution gets an opportunity when the defense is done to rebut all of their arguments.
Now, David, we all know there's no telling what a jury is going to do. The lawyers have done their job. This is now in the hands of 12 citizens, and that's the way our system works. How complicated, in your opinion, is this case for this jury to dissect?
It's quite complicated, Elliot. It's not as open as closed as many people will think. You heard the prosecution say it's about the video, look at the video, looked at what happened, and the closing statement that they made. George Floyd didn't die because he had a big heart. He died because of what Derek Chauvin did with his small heart. But that's not really the crux of this. There's three separate charges. There's 12 people who have 12 different viewpoints. They heard things differently, just as we all hear things differently. And they're going to go back in the jury room and take this very seriously. This case went on for a number of weeks. We can't expect them to go back, consider these three homicide charges, and come back in an hour and say guilty or not guilty. They're going to go through the evidence. They're going to talk about what the witnesses said, who they believed, who they didn't believe, and they're going to take their job very seriously. They know that a lot's at stake here.
May take a while. David Weinstein, thank you so much as always. We, of course, will have more to talk about ahead on CBS 4 News at 7.